What's going on, Hoop Junkies? My name is Gina Rufino. Her name is Ricky Flores, and
Yes.
you are tuned in to BTV's Dugout. Now, Ricky,
Yes,
it is that time of the year again.
it is that time of the year.
It's your birthday has come and gone.
Your birthday is coming up.
And so, which means one thing.
We move on.
Yes, we move forward. And so does the NBA season.
Correct.
As teams from both the Eastern Conference
Yep.
and the Western Conference are jockeying for position for the postseason, the playoffs.
That is correct. Now, why don't we dive into that battlefield and check out how it is exactly for the last playoff spots over in the West. Now, it is getting pretty interesting there, Gino, which is more than I can say for the East. So why don't we look at the three teams who are vying for the last two positions, namely the Dallas Mavericks, the Phoenix Suns, and the Memphis Grizzlies.
You are absolutely correct, Miss Ricky Flores. So, we're going to go into the numbers and go into the history and how these teams have managed to get here so far in the regular season. And later on, Ricky Flores and I will be predicting the last two teams that will make it to the postseason. Watch this. First, let's take a look at the Memphis Grizzlies. The Grizzlies started out slow with a knee injury to All-Star center Marc Gasol. But when he returned in 2014, the Grizzlies also returned to their winning ways. Gasol and Randolph still forms one of the most formidable frontcourt duos in the NBA, while Mike Conley has emerged as a perfect point guard for the team's system. As usual, defense is their main weapon, limiting their opponents to a third best 94.1 points per game. They also take care of the ball pretty well, with also a third best 7.7 turnovers per contest. The grit and grind Grizzlies are progressing well this season, and they are more than ready to battle for a playoff spot this year.
Next, we have the Dallas Mavericks. Dirk Nowitzki is playing like it's 2011 all over again, and you can sense that this German is raring to have another championship ring. Now, the addition of Monte Ellis has also worked wonders for the Mavs, as they now have a potent scoring weapon aside from Dirk. Dallas is a team that picks their spots really well with a fifth best 47.2 field goal percentage. The three-pointer has also been an asset for them, making 38.2% of their attempts beyond the arc, which is ranked fourth in the league. Now, this may be Dirk's last legitimate shot for a title run, so expect him to lead the Mavs in securing a spot in the postseason.
Lastly, we have the surprising Phoenix Suns. The Suns were in the bottom half of every power rankings heading into the season, but they managed to exceed all expectation, and now a spot in the playoffs is within reach. With Spitfire guards Goran Dragic, Eric Bledsoe, and the resurgent Gerald Green leading the way, the Suns employ an explosive offensive attack which often leaves their opponents gasping for air. They score a fifth best 105.5 points per game and makes 9.3 three-pointers a game, which ranks third in the league. This team's Cinderella run has been a feel-good story throughout the association. Let's find out if they can continue their storied campaign in the playoffs. All right, so Ricky Flores, here we go.
Here we go.
It's time to make a prediction. Which of these three teams will fall
Will fall.
from the Elite Eight in the Western Conference?
Okay, before we decide, I just want to say that all three teams actually have made pretty good runs throughout this entire season. I think that in Memphis's case, of course, their defense, they've been limiting opponents to like a third best, I think 94 points, right? We mentioned that earlier.
Yes.
So I think that they will, I think they'll make the cut. I also think that Dirk Nowitzki's drive this season to have another championship ring might not get him a championship ring exactly, but I think that they will make the cut as well. Cinderella stories, though, I'm not really sure for the Phoenix Suns. They have been surprising their viewers this season, but I don't think it will reach playoff time.
Let me explain why I don't think the Suns are going to make it. Don't get me wrong, it's a feel-good story. Yes, nobody thought they would even be in the playoff hunt this late into the season. And, Eric Bledsoe has been phenomenal.
Yep.
Gerald Green perhaps could be the most improved player
Don't forget about Goran.
of the season.
Yes.
In my opinion, Goran Dragic should have been an all-star this year. But having said all of that,
Okay.
it's still not enough because You know, Dallas was there throughout the season. They were always within the playoff hunt. Now, everybody thought Memphis was gone. But remember, Marc Gasol, not just an all-star, but also the Defensive Player of the Year last season.
Yes.
He's back. And when you have that kind of power down low with Gasol and Randolph, of course, their point guard in Conley, that's a very, very good team. Now, remember, not that long ago, this team was a contender.
Yes.
For the title. So they're gonna give either the first seed or the second seed,
really
whoever that may be, OKC or the Spurs, they're gonna give them all they can handle. It's gonna be a great battle throughout the Western Conference playoffs.
So
all of it.
We're in agreement that the Phoenix Suns, they lack experience. Is that what you're saying?
they-
Firepower, experience.
They lack
consistency.
experience. They lack maybe a little bit of depth,
Okay.
in my opinion. Plus the fact that in the playoffs, the game slows down a bit, so the tempo is not in favor of the Suns anyway. It becomes in favor of the Grizzlies and the Mavs and the rest of the teams that are up there in the standings in the Western Conference.
See, the really good thing about basketball and about the NBA is these are just predictions.
Yes.
Like other people have different predictions and we want you guys to share yours as well, but we never know for sure until it actually happens. We could both be wrong.
Yes.
Phoenix Suns might just make the cut.
Especially you, because I agreed with you, now I could be wrong. But usually if it's just me, I'm usually right.
Whatever, Gina Rufino. You can watch it all unfold though here on BTV. We show live games of the 2013-2014 NBA regular season every morning.
The final buzzer has sounded in this episode of The Dugout. Now, Ricky, let them know how to get a hold of us.
I will. There's always our website, which is www.btv.com.ph. Like us on Facebook and don't forget to follow BTV Hoops on Twitter as well.
Ricky Flores, Gina Rufino, Dugout, out.
I'm not always wrong.
Sometimes.
I'm not always wrong.
Sometimes.
This is so unfair.